Now each year tire manufacturers come out with different makes of tires, and I was fortunate enough to be given a set of Bridgestone R10, which is their new DOT race. It is a very, very different tire for Bridgestone. Normally their carcass construction has a very stiff sidewall and a compliant tread pattern or surface upper area, if you will. In this instance with the R10, the tire itself is actually much softer. The carcass is more like, for example, a Pirelli or a Michelin 2CT. So first observations of using the tire were immediately that the bike moves around on the sidewall because the sidewall flexes, given the fact that you're braking hard, you're trail braking, and you're accelerating. So recommended hot pressures for those tires were, for the tires that I was given, a medium front, medium rear, 32 hot in the rear and 34 hot in the front. Overall, the roll profile of the tire is substantially different. It is completely different from the previous 003 Pro. So you'll notice when you try those tires out that when you initiate the turn into the corner, the tire rolls immediately right to the edge and goes straight to your knee. Very different from the old tire. It's also very different, obviously, with carcass flex in terms of feel. So there's a lot more feedback from the tires in terms of sidewall flex, but then a lot of the bumps in the track are taken away because the upper part of the tread pattern is so soft. It does a lot to help bump absorption. As always, when you're testing new tires, you're going to have to spend a considerable amount of time changing chassis geometry and also suspension settings in terms of spring preload and hydraulics, so that you can maximize your tire wear. So I wrote an article specifically on this. If you go to the Catalyst Reaction website at www.crstuning.com, on the left hand side you'll see testing program on the upper left. Click that and you'll get to the Bridgestone R10 tire test. Now a lot of you have asked specific questions about this tire, so the tire report is very comprehensive. It shows lots of tire wear examples as things change in terms of settings and geometry. But please note, for the test I did leave the pressure at the recommended settings as per Bridgestone's requirements. I have since changed those settings in terms of pressure and started at 40 hot in the front, 38 hot in the rear. That was too much for the carcass, it was actually too stiff. I then moved to 38 hot in the front and 36 hot in the rear. Now that for me made the best difference of all, simply because the tire retained its structure under extremely hard braking and acceleration, and I got a lot more feel out of the tires because I'm used to harder tires and more feedback. So for me personally, that tire pressure worked better. And not only that, but the wear changed too, in that the tire lasted longer. Now, as always with any tire pressure, you have to see what works for you, and that is based on riding style, it is based on ambient track temperatures and air temperatures. So bear that in mind. I hope you find the tire test on the R10s very useful, and we'll do some more testing on other tires soon. If you have any other questions, please send them to me via Facebook and Dave Moss Tuning, or alternatively leave them here at Catalyst Reaction SBW on YouTube. Thanks a lot.